Hey, so in this module, I want to go ahead and share how using the copy outline for RMBC would apply for shorter copy. So the short version of that is that for research, mechanism, and brief, it's pretty much all the same. I'm talking about kind of mini sales letters, 3 to 5 minute videos, things like that. It's pretty much like the exact same thing that you would do for longer form copy. That's the answer. You still need to do research because you still need to know who you're talking about, existing solutions, why they're good, why they aren't good, the market's pain points, their hopes, victories, dreams, failures, everything like that. You still need a unique mechanism, in my opinion, like for anything you're selling ever. And then from a brief, you definitely need you should still be talking about like what you're selling and answering all the questions that you have and things like that. The big difference is that for a mini sales letter, like this one I'm going to go through right now, that's about 1,346 words, including the headline, it's like it'll still actually cover a lot of these things, but it'll be a lot shorter, right? I mean, that's really the answer. It's like you can still totally do this template and use like shorter stuff. So this is for the sports betting people that I used to write for back in the day. And I did another example somewhere else in this, but yeah, let me just read through it with you, and I'll kind of show you the different sections because we've got our outline here and we've got it here. So, why have 7 of Asia's richest football bettors decided to join forces and give away every winning secret that they know? Hint has to do with the Chinese New Year, 124 million pound fortune or euro fortune in your email inbox. Intrigued? Keep reading. Like I wrote this in like 2014 originally. So this was like right back in the day when I was doing RMBC, maybe even a little bit. Yeah, probably right around there. I don't know if I'd even codified the outline, but I still had the structure and was using it, as you're going to see. Dear reader, my name is Jian Lao, and I'm the leader of a group of bettors known across Asia as the Lucky Seven. We've earned that title by earning the equivalent of 124,291,888 euros in the last 3.5 years, all through our football betting, and today we're going to show you the secret to our success. Inside this short letter, you're going to be given the opportunity to start winning an unprecedented 8 out of every 10 football bets you make. You'll do it without spending hours in front of your computer each day. You'll do it without becoming a victim of the tipster sharks who are increasingly filling the web, the ones who lure you into their sites with the bait of easy money only to leave you high and dry. And you'll do it all on your own terms, making as much as you want when you want to. Now, we know that while the message we're sharing with you may sound intriguing, you're likely also skeptical. So all we ask is that you put your judgments on hold for 2 minutes while we explain who we are and why we want to transform you into a long-term permanent winner. Okay, so does it call out the pain point or the problem? Yeah, right. Without spending hours in front of your computer, without being a victim to tipster and sharks who leave you high and dry, doing it on your own terms. But really, I guess these two be the pain point, right, or the problem. Well, a solution that saves time and money. Yeah, I mean, kind of like with it, you'll do it on your own terms. I mean, it definitely has a promise, right? You'll do it on your own terms, making as much as you want when you want to. Again, that opposite, you'll do this without these pain points. The opportunity to start winning an unprecedented 8 out of 10 football bets you make. So it totally has it. Emotional discovery story. No, it doesn't have that. Doesn't tease that. But it does have a curiosity aspect to it. Does it tease the unique mechanism? No, and it could have. It could have been like author football betting by using like a one weird, lucky dragon football betting technique or something like that. Something like you could have teased the mechanism here still. Contrarian stuff it kind of does when we talk about not spending time in front of your computer, not using sharks or tipsters, things like that. So it does have a contrarian aspect. No fascinations, although the headline itself is kind of a fascination. It's a very curiosity intense, right? And by the way, there's specificity too, right? Addressing skepticism. Yeah, like we know you're skeptical, but just put your judgment on hold and we'll explain. And the Lucky Seven's a good curiosity thing too. But credibility, well, that they've won this much money from their football betting. So, and then no no qualifier. Probably could have had a qualifier. I mean, that would have made it much longer, right? Just to be like, and this is something that, anyone can do. And then no testimonials for this one. But again, it checks all the boxes. Okay, now here's the background story. What are we looking for? Who am I? Credibility builders when appropriate. Me or someone close to me was in pain. Here's the emotional story. Traditional solutions and advice not working. Trigger event. Search for truth answers. Meets Y Sensei. Individually, we were good, but together we were unstoppable. Now, like I mentioned, the Lucky Seven is a group comprised of 7 of the most successful football bettors in all of Asia. Our combined experience totals more than 150 years, and every single one of us was making at least $1 million or €1 million annually before we came together. Have you ever dreamed of an easier, simpler, and more prosperous life, one where you aren't dependent on a boss or a credit limit, or where you and your family aren't held captive by a budget that never seems to be enough? For each of our 7 members, the dream was achieved long ago, and we were able to liberate ourselves from the daily grind, the headaches, and the hassles that come from ordinary, everyday life, solely by betting on the football matches we love to watch anyway. Now, you're probably wondering what this has to do with you, or why, if we're so successful already, we decided to join forces at all. Let me explain. So you've got the who am I kind of credibility factor there. They're kind of saying, hey, like, we do this we're calling out the pain point, right, by asking, have you ever dreamed of this stuff? So they weren't in pain, but they were talking about the pain point. The road of elite and truly profitable football bettors is extremely small. We'd known about each other for a long time before we ever came together, and we all had nothing but respect for one another. But when fate brought us into the same VIP suite of the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, it quickly became apparent that we were meant to work together. You see, we realized that while each of us was already making more than €1 million per year in profits on our football betting, we were all doing it in different ways. So basically, this is not... this is kind of the trigger event. It's not like really based on a pain point, but there's this trigger event. They all came together and realized that they're doing things differently. And then this is going to get into the unique mechanism. In other words, each of us was using completely different strategies and getting inside info from completely different sources to achieve something that less than 0.01 or 0.001% of all people on the planet were achieving. Consistent million euro profits that were earned solely from football betting. As we continued to talk, it became extremely obvious that if we joined forces instead of working on our own, we could multiply each other's winnings exponentially, and so we banded together, and the results have exceeded even our wildest expectations. Since joining forces in the summer of 2010, our group has brought in 124 million euros in pure profit, ensuring that each of us could never place another bet again if we didn't want to and still be multimillionaires forever. Which is why now, as a way of saying thank you for the incredible blessings we've received, we're going to give you an extremely rare opportunity to join our group and start placing winning bets right alongside of us. So there's not really a mechanism of a problem, and the mechanism of the solution is really just all these successful bettors were having success in different ways, so if they join forces, they could be even more successful. It's pretty basic, but that is sort of like the unique mechanism, or the unique reason this offer is different, why working with them would be different, right? And then as far as the product build-up and reveal goes, again, it's not going to have a ton of this stuff, but we're going to have like a reason why they're sharing it. So you see in the Chinese calendar, 2014 is the year of the horse. It's a time of special opportunity where those who are kind to others and who join in business ventures of others are extremely well rewarded. So what better time to start sharing our incredible wealth than right now? Ready to join us? Here is what you need to do. After several serious discussions, our group has decided that the best way to give back is to accept a small group of outsiders into our ranks, and then tell those lucky few initiates exactly how we're betting each and every day. After all, what could be simpler than that? All you have to do is sign up below and decide for how many days you want to receive our inside bets. Then we'll send out a new email to you each morning telling you the one single bet that all 7 of us have agreed is the absolute highest probability winner. Inside your email, you'll even get specific instructions on how to bet, stuff like whether to choose the over-under, whether to pick the home or away team to win, whether to take the first half, prop bet, etc. Whatever the 7 of us have decided is the most certain winner, the bet we're putting the vast majority of our bankroll on for that day because we're so confident in our analysis and intel, that's what we'll give you. To get started, simply choose from the options below and click Add to Cart. So again, we do have the product details. We're building up the value. We're not doing testimonials. We're not discussing or dismissing other alternatives. But we are explaining what happens, right? How the product works. We're not really doing scarcity. We kind of did the personal mission with it being the year of the pig or horse or whatever it is. Not really doing a price justification here. But we are doing that, and then we get to the call to action. So again, we're getting a little more selective, right? On the next page, so again, first call to action, what happens after you click the button? Well, to get started, simply choose from the options below and click add to cart. On the next page, you'll provide your basic information, including your email address, and hit submit. Then the very next morning, you'll receive your first email. You'll stand in amazement as your life is immediately transformed in front of your eyes, and you'll be astounded as you check your bank account day after day and see your wealth compounding and expanding at a rate you never before imagined to be possible. But if you're ready to fundamentally change your life, you must act quickly. Taking on new members will be time-consuming for us, and we've set a limit of only 30 new spots. So go ahead and choose your package below. All it takes is a few clicks to get started. To your continued good fortune, John. And we have another add to cart. So we have the second call to action, but we also have some scarcity and urgency right here too, right? And then we still have the FAQs as well. I'm not even sure what this first FAQ is about, to be honest with you, because it's been a while. But so even though it's a short one, it's still got FAQs. But if you look at it, very short, but I noticed it did well for the client back in the day, and it actually checks all the boxes, right? So this is one example, and now I'm going to show another example to you, and we'll go through that one.